David is a prophet.
No.
Historically,
One
did
second,
David has
one
many
second.
wives?
1 second.
Did David has many
One
wives?
second. Even King David will never been prophet. Never.
We have just read it. You have just read it.
You just read it.
One
Read it
second.
again.
No, I don't know.
What the Bible says.
Thank you, sir. At least you know.
One
you
second.
understand.
1 second.
You don't know.
We give you 100 seconds, not only 1 second.
Second.
Give her another second.
All
Okay,
learn
no
in
problem.
here.
I'm patient. I'm taking my time.
Just learn.
King
Just
David,
learn, yeah? Just learn.
prophet.
So who is the prophet there? According to Act 2:30. Read again, madam. Take your time.
Jamaican David.
That time, that when
Read
King,
again.
1 second, 1 second. When King David became king, that time, the prophet was some. He wasn't.
At that time, Samuel was a prophet.
Yeah.
No, you're wrong, madam.
No.
Samuel
was the prophet.
Yes.
David.
At what time?
David
What time?
never been.
Do you know who Samuel was the prophet? Who was the king at that time of Samuel?
Saul.
Saul? No,
Yeah.
I'm talking to David here. I'm talking
Yes.
David. David
And-
at that time was king and prophet according to Act 2:32.
1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Misconceptions and
No.
ignorance in history
David
as
is
well.
described in the Hebrew Bible, second king of the united monarchy of Israel and Judah, becoming king after Saul. The book of Samuel,
Yes.
David is a young shepherd who grants fame, first of musical and later by king, he never ever been prophet. That's
You just read the Act 2:32. Let's go to the Act 2:32 because I need to read it again. Because
it does not talk about David. Okay? I'm not
I advise you, madam, to
no.
study more English.
okay.
Because you will really have a problem into reading. Honestly,
I know I have a problem.
so Act 2:30.
Okay?
Which Bible do you use? Which Bible? New International
we
Version,
have only one
KJV.
Bible, not like you, 22 different Bibles.
Which Bible do you use? NIV,
Any, doesn't
KJV?
matter.
It's not the same.
Doesn't
It's not the
matter.
same one. Okay, so let's go to the first one. NIV. But he was a prophet and knew that God has promised him on
Hello,
oath
Israelites.
that
I
he
can
would
tell
place
you
one
confidently that
of his descendant on his throne. Yeah? Seeing what was to come, he spoke of the resurrection of the Messiah, that he was not abandoned to the realm of the dead.
let me Google. The words claim for the psalmist a prophetic foresight of some kind without definition or measure clearness. Okay, his words, because he was writing in the Psalms.
Who was writing?
The King David.
David was a writer of Psalms.
Yes.
Do you have proof of that?
What are you talking about? Let me start.
Look, madam,
It's very obvious.
here we're not talking about Psalm, we're talking about Acts.
Acts, yes.
Referring to David.
And that's where
he was
it's explanation.
Yes, I do, but it explains.
Because he is his words from the psalm. Look.
Madam, just,
No,
just,
no. Can I say it?
you alright?
Because here we are reading, David said about him, what he prophesied.
Yes.
He never been prophet. He just prophesied. I can prophesy something. He never been prophet.
We read Acts.
Can you prophesy something?
I can.
You okay? Tell me.
I
Tell me
can
some.
because I have Holy Spirit in me.
Okay, then prophesy something.
No, it's not that. Oh, prophesy about me. What can I prophesy about you? Who are you?
I didn't even ask you about me. I prophesy something.
Madam, so when we read Act 2, 30 to 34, what do you understand about this? What do you understand? We just finished to read, yeah?
I'm not theologian.
read it, yeah?
I'm not. I read
What do you
the
understand?
explanation.
What did you understand?
I read Bible.
What did-
One second. I explain.
My question is quite clear, madam. We read.
I'm telling you, I'm not theologian.
What did you understand? So you cannot read what you understand. You cannot understand what you read.
I'm telling you what was there prophesied. Yes, the verses from the psalm. Yeah, it says that he was prophesying that.
Yes. So Act 2,
Yes.
30 to 34.
David never ever been prophet.
Here it says the opposite.
Samuel was the prophet at that time.
Samuel,
Okay,
yeah, I
yes.
do agree. But David,
Before
according
this,
to
you
Acts,
didn't agree.
according to Acts
For some
34,
reason. You were all-knowing man. You all you know it all.
so Solomon is now prophet for
I
you?
need to learn English. Apparently.
Solomon is
you
not prophet for you?
all-knowing.
Solomon is now prophet for you? According to you?
Solomon is not prophet.
Shall we go to the Old Testament?
Solomon is
Can we go
not
to the Old Testament and telling you
Your
that Solomon was a
prophet
prophet?
lay down on the 9-year-old girl. When he saw 6-year-old girl, he felt something in his heart. He was. I'm sorry, but to me, disgusting man.
Really?
Yes.
So
For women, for one man at one time, it is disgusting.
Okay.
Does not care about women. Okay, that's what he is.
Okay.
I'm telling you, he worships
another misconception, but
No,
can I reply?
No, I have to go. I'm sorry, but I have to.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Joseph, according to you, madam, just to finish your reply.
Joseph never been prophet.
No, I know. But
Then your God impregnate his mom.
He married Mary, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. What was the age of Joseph?
Okay, show me.
Yes,
the
I will.
Bible. Okay, show me.
I will show you from Catholic Encyclopedia. What
Not
was it?
Catholic encyclopedia, no.
Why not?
You have
is
to
already-
show me
okay.
from the Bible because
Okay.
no one, nowhere you can find nowhere.
So, madam, again, when you told me about 6 years old, 9 years old, is it in the Quran?
It is in your Quran.
Show me the proof.
Yeah, this one. Where is it in the Quran?
What, that she was playing with dolls.
Can you please show me from the Quran she was 6 and 9 years old and playing with dolls, whatever? Can you show me from the Quran, please?
We don't have anything except Bible.
No problem.
But your holy book is many other books.
My question is simple, madam. Can you show me from the Quran?
I can show you with any other book.
I don't need. I need from the
It's
Quran.
Then
This
he
is
has-
your claim.
Okay.
My claim is.
Your claim.
My
You say.
claim is.
Did you say from the Quran? Yes.
Yes.
Can you show me from the Quran?
I don't know actually. because
Again, you see the misconception? You
No,
see the
what don't twist.
Ignorance.
Don't ignorance.
You
It's
say
you.
something that you don't have proof.
Okay. Proof. I will tell you. I will show you. In
what to say.
hiding.
You have to prove what you say.
Yeah.
So can you prove me? Can you show me from the Quran? She was 6 and 9 years old. 6 and
In your hadith, you can
Is it in the
find.
Quran? Is it in the Quran?
I don't know. If
It's not. It's not in the Quran. It's a hadith.
But would you discard your hadith?
No.
Then it says.
Okay, so it says, but
Then it says.
your Encyclopedia Catholica, is it an exegesis according to Christians?
No.
It is.
Never,
It is.
ever.
It is.
Never, ever.
And now I'm
You
going to show
would-
you. I'm going to show you from the Catholica Encyclopedia.
You liar.
Joseph was
You are
19
lying.
and Mary
You are
was
lying.
12.
You tell her what is in the Bible.
You are, you are
lying.
embarrassed. You are embarrassed and you are lying.
You know what, madam?
You want to hide. You want to cover up your prophet. You can't stand strong
Of course,
with your
madam.
prophet's holiness
You know what?
because he wasn't. He never been holy.
Madam.
He was a satanic man. I'm going to lie.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to show
Please
you.
try to learn more.
I'm gonna
okay?
show. I'm gonna show from my claim, because when I claim, I always prove it. And here, this is New Advent. Okay, look. New Advent Catholica Encyclopedia. And now, if we go to, they're talking about Joseph, life, and marriage. Okay, and I read it here. Now, if you see, you can see here properly. I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay, and now let's read it. It is probably at Nazareth that Joseph betrothed and married her. So her, who's her? Mary, obviously. Who was to become the mother of God. When the marriage took place, whether before or after the incarnation, it is no easy matter to settle. And on this point, the masters of exegesis have at all time been at variance. Most modern commentators, following the footsteps of St. Thomas, understand that. At the epoch of the Annunciation, the Blessed Virgin was only affranchissed to Joseph, as St. Thomas noticed that this interpretation should better all the evangelical data. Now, Joseph's marriage contained in the apocryphal writing when 40 years of age, Joseph married a woman called Melchiah or Aisha by some, Salome by others. They lived 49 years together and had 6 children, 2 daughters and 4 sons. The youngest of whom was James. Okay, let's keep going.
Hashim?
So yeah, so here, like I said, basically, so Joseph married Salome as 40 years old and had sons, etc. And then he married Mary, age of 12. Yes, and he was 90 years old. So, any problem with that? Do we Muslims say there's a problem? No. And you know what? Historically, no Christians, no Jew, no idolaters, they say about something with Muhammad, talk about pedophilia before the 19th century. No such historically fact talking about pedophilia. It's only the 19th century and the 20th century we saw this kind of nonsense. When historically they used to marry with young ladies, even the kings and queens, you know. Richard II, he married Isabel de Valois, she was 7.
Isaac married 3 years old.
Isaac, according to exegesis Jew, he was 40 and he married Rebecca between 3 and 10. Who's saying that? Not the Muslims, the Jewish exegesis. So, you see the nonsense? This is nonsense at all. This is the only.
Because today I think people are blaming Prophet Muhammad about pedophilia, but at this time he wasn't blamed for pedophilia. He was just blamed because you're a liar telling.
No, but even in France, Isabelle de France, she was 10, and he married Raymond of Burgundy, and he was 25. She was 10. Any kind of kings. And who authorized these weddings? Who used to authorize this wedding? The church. So this is no sense at all. People have ignorance in history, ignorance of the Bible, and they want to talk about 6 years, 9 years. You know what can I say? This is the time. And what the reason why they used to live early or they married early? Because they used to die early.
Huh? Yeah.
Because of starvation, war, famine. You see, so this is
They
crazy.
don't have any argument at all. Because they try to demonize Islam as much as they can. And they don't have any argument.
They don't have any arguments.
Instead of insulting.
So thank you, brothers, and